player you are at the end and how you perform, right? And so Fight Night in Gears 4 is one of those levels, all right? It's like in between game battles and making it to the open bracket.
I agree. You know why? Because when you're a team such as Regal, when you have a chance at going against the best and just showing everybody who you are, what makes you, what's in your DNA, this is it. Because if you go off, other people are going to notice. And that's why I love when teams such as Regal show up against the best teams in the game. Because I like the underdog, man. That's why I'm sticking with my prediction, man. It's going to tiebreaker. Somebody's going to go off. Like, we're going to see the best from Shadows or Dragons or somebody. It's going to happen.
It is going to happen, folks. Ladies and gentlemen.
But you know what? It's not going to happen if it's 4v5. So
well,
the
timer hasn't started. The timer hasn't started yet.
Right. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
I hope his internet
That's what you got to wait for.
If
you see the match starting in and that player isn't in there, then we're in a back out situation. But folks, we're locked and loaded, and we got Regal versus Fable.
Yes, and here we go. We're going to kick things off on Shadow's point of view. The basic strat on this map, it starts off pretty slow, but at maintenance, we're pretty much going to see a 2v2 scenario where it really depends on who's the better duo. And as we see right now, we have Marsh on our point of view with the smoke grenade up there. Shadows gonna
Yeah, it's gonna be Marsh and Craze here. You got Shadows and Dragons off on the other end. Now Marsh and Craze, you get an inbar on that platform, a long range weapon. Both of them super deadly with it. But Marsh, he reacted and he's gonna end up trying to flank the opposing players. But Regal, they get 3 off the bat. Marsh goes down. That's gonna be 4 down.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Regal Reserve, they went out on top. They were the most aggressive team to start off with. 4 down. Now they're going for domination. Blaze, Shadows in front. Timer taking for domination. Full red. He's gonna back up. Ooh, Craze taking out the headshot. Shadows with the double kill. He finally gets down. 3 down. 4 down for Fable. And the domination is coming through Marsh with a must win. He gets taken out as well by distance. Blaze. This is looking extremely well for Regal Reserve.
Yo, it's looking good for him, and the help is coming in. This is a quick 2v2 fight that they got to take, and they know they have to do it. Dissect pushes forward, so Extoons, he got the 1v1 win with the rest of the players coming off a respawn, and Extoons does not have enough time for the rest of his teammates to get into position. So, all we can take from that is that Regal, they came close to dominating Fable in this round number 1 with 10-second respawns, but they're going to have to settle for the 60-point lead, and now Fable with a second breath of life, they're about to retaliate.
No, they're not settling. They made a statement. These guys, they came off hot. They won their 1v1s. They're up with the big lead, but we're going to need to see some consistency right now. The same heat that they came out with off of initial, you need to see it mid-game, because now Fable, those players spawn back, Blaze. They're coming back. They're winning their gunfights. So Fable kind of has an edge on the slaying lead, but with the points, Regal Reserve.
Yeah, with the points, it's going to be Regal. So, but I like it. Regal, they push forward. They stay super aggressive. Now they rotate over to make B their home hill because their home hill end up getting taken. So that's okay because in this situation, you can't allow that to happen, but they're going to end up trading off. The reason why I say you can't allow that to happen because you're looking for one of these players from Fable to overextend so you can get a man advantage so you can at least try to attack both of these home hills simultaneously, because if you're able to do that this late into the game, you're almost going to be guaranteeing yourself a win in this round, especially with a man advantage, because at least on one of those sides you're going to have a 3v2.
All right, here we are. Dragons 4 red from Lancerfire. Craze coming up to clean up the kill. He gets taken out. Fable down with 2 players. Phelps and Hydron waiting for the respawn with the points at 187 to 117. Regal Reserve, they're all ready to win this round. They just need to hold on to these 2 hills. Here we go. Distix in the 1v1. Doesn't even have to win this at this point, Blaze.
You know what? He doesn't. From the time now it was hard for even me to tell it, but from the time that the fight was won on Fable's home hill, right? For them to prevent the domination and push out. Once they was even able to set up on that 2 cap, right?
It was too late.
It was too late. It was too late that early on in the game. It was hard for me to do the quick mask and still the 1.5. I can't do it. I don't know if I'll ever be able to do it.
Oh, I'm terrible.
But Fable had to get super aggressive off those home hills, right? They had to once all the members of Regal was spawned up, they had to find at least a good strategy to go and take that B hill, because I'm pretty sure in their minds they said, hey, can we legitimately win off a 2 cap? And I feel like they felt like they could have won off a 2 cap. But it was a little bit too late for those guys.
No, they tried an extra push for the domination, but Regal Reserve, they picked up, their slaying habits again and, cleaned them out.
Yeah, also Fable had to push as the unit on that one too as well.
Yes, yes.
All right, let's see.
Speaking of Fable, Blaze, did you hear about Fable's new coach?
Oh, Rubik?
Shout out to Rubik.
Yeah, shout out to Rubik's out there. I'm pretty sure he's watching in the chat.
So with a player like him, what do you think he's going to bring to the table for this Fable team?
You know what? I think he's going to bring a lot of energy and a lot of passion to that team, and I think that's exactly what they need. Also, but most importantly, if you think about the games when Fable played against Ghost in Dallas, they lost a lot of rounds because damn, he's good.
Shadows.
But they lost a lot of rounds because weapon respawn timers, right?
Yeah.
They wasn't good on the rotations. Ghost had outplayed them on weapon rotations for new booms that were coming up. Ghost knew exactly what was happening on the map. So they need somebody to really track those weapon respawn timers, let players know when they don't have help and to not overextend.
Yes.
Also, and just bring the energy after every single round. And Fable will eat all that up, and they can become a championship. They can win a championship.
And here we go with the Bloodbath Hydrone picking up 3 kills. 3 players from Regal Reserve up for respawn right now. So Fable with the advantage. Yes, Swift gets taken out. Oh, but Shadows takes out Hydrone before he gets chunked by Craze. But yeah, Blaze, look at this Fable roster. I mean, these guys are high IQ players. Individually, they're great. They know their aim. They know how to play the game. But sometimes you just need that small reminder, that small heads-up play. And I feel like that's going to take them to the next level, which could, put them back in the championship game.
Yeah, it definitely could be. It's the little things like that that definitely can make a championship caliber team. Fable, they have the skill, they have the chemistry as well, and they do have the teamwork. It's just sometimes you need in a 5v5 game. Every 5v5 game I've ever seen, every team has needed a 6-man. It's just as simple as that. You look at all the other esports that are 5v5, they all got 6 men, especially the shooters. The 6 man is right behind them, letting them know, because it's a lot that goes on.
I mean, we saw what happened with Fatal Strike and Ghost Gaming.
Hey, exactly.
That
the improvement in which they made.
Exactly. So back on board in this game, Fable up in points, 113-87 with the lead. Hydrone running through. He sees that his teammate needs help in a 1v3 scenario. Swift gets full red. Ooh, Krim takes out Swift. Stays alive somehow. Hydrone was able to come up with the flank and take out Distix. 1 down for Fable, 4 down for Regal. This is Fable's chance to regain map control. I mean, at this point, I want to say go for the domination. Make sure you get a 2-hill lead, as they currently have, and hold on to that.
So, here go Regal. They said, hey, make B the home hill, clear out B. We need a safe spot. We need an exit route out of our spawn if we're to do anything. And look at the spawn push. Look at the spawn push. They're wrapping all the way around because they know all 5 members are spawned up. Oh, how many players are going to be dropped back? We got 2 in the game room. We got 3. It's a 3v3 on top of this hill. It's 2v2 on the other side of the map.
Lancer Fire coming for one direction, able to down Dragons. Dragons gets cleaned up by Hydrone's Phelpsy. Takes out Shadows. Regal, they need to make a big play in order to come back. Here it goes. Is he able to do it? No. Exus gets taken out as well. Doesn't look good for Regal. Fable only 10 points away from domination. And here we go. Yeah, it's looking pretty slow.
Yeah, it's looking slow for Regal in this round.
But you know what? I like the push that they were doing. They just didn't execute well. They had him in a sandwich situation, but on Regal Reserve, you can't keep giving Fable the double home hills.
So the only way I can see Regal and making that push a little bit better, because what happened is Fable's floater, who was in the middle, he did a good job looking for that 3rd guy, right? Yes. He knew that it was 2 guys split off into both spawns that was trying to attack the home hills, but there was the 5th guy, that floater, which side he was going to, and so he was able to follow him and get to the side where it had 3 people and kind of stop that counter. The only way that Regal could have possibly made it better was that if that floater was same thing. Be aware of where that other floater is and get to the other side where that you can have that man advantage. Get to the side where it's only 2 Fable members stacked up. But we saw Fable, they put the block in the first round, and now Regal, they're going to drop the Hammer Burst over here by the game room. So we'll see the Hammer Burst in the right hand is going to be a very, very deadly weapon. But this is about to come back down to the fight between Shadows and Dragons and Craze and Marsh.
This is a beautiful thing to see. Back in the days when we looked at European teams, they really weren't that aggressive. And when you look at these 2 rosters, Regal Reserve and Fable, these guys are the most aggressive players in the EU. As you see, Hydrone was able to take out Distix, who pushed across the map, try to win a 1v1, but now you have a showdown. Shadows with the left and right straight. He full res Hydrone. Hydrone forced retreat. No, he comes up with the confidence. He hits Shadows with a brick. He's only at 17% health. He's going to regen. Both players are going to group back up with their teammates, which was pretty smart. You don't want to put yourself in a 50-50 scenario. So now we're going to have pretty much a stare down. Regal Reserve looking to capture C. As you look at the bottom of the map, they're going to go for the same push again, Blaze. 3 on the right side, 2 on the left side.
All right, so the three-man stack is too obvious, right? One of those guys needs to be a rotator mid-map. He should honestly be in control room. He should not be with the pack, and he needs to be attacking from the stairs. Now, if I know 3 there, it's one choke point that you got to push through.
Exactly.
I'm putting all my lances there through that choke point. You're not making it through. You can try. So those 2 members is forced to back up. And Dissect, he ended up having to run past some guys to try to create that opening for his team. But I like the thought process. It's just not executed well.
Right.
The one that third guy that was on that right side, he's in that control room.
Yeah.
He's constantly confusing the Fable team. Which way is he gonna go? That guy loses track of you. Boom. You're gonna find yourself an opening, man. You're gonna find yourself an opening for those other 2 guys to come through spine and cause some hell.
I want to see Regal take it to the next level. I want to see them take a look at this footage.
See, he tried to get over there to the left, but Krim was like, nah. This is one of those, your push needs to really be in unison, and they need to push on each side. It looks like that's exactly what they did, but Fable was like, yo, the defense is too good.
It's too good. I mean, you got to reach a point of insanity. You used this push about 2-3 times now. Fable's setup, beautiful shot by Craig. Fable's setup is pretty much impenetrable. So you're going to have to change something up. With Swift full red, Phelpsy's down. Swift is going to try to make a play. Yes, he was able to get a headshot on Krim. He should be revived by his teammates soon. But this is going to be too late. As Fable, they're going to push the 200-point mark in about 2 seconds now. Phelpsy picking up kills, 1v1. Can he get the kill? Phelpsy. Woo! Yo, you down on him. Don't do it to him like that. Don't do it to him like that. But I mean,
I was gonna say whose man's is that, but I know the answer to the question already. So I was like, yo, you know.
I want to see something different. We've seen the same round 1 2 times now.
Yeah.
You can't let Fable get both home hills at all. Their setup is perfect.
But Regal, see, so this is a good time not to panic as well.
Right.
Because what ended up happening is that Regal, they're learning, right? Yes. They're taking several shots at, damn, how are we going to break it this time? You know what I'm saying? Fable's like, yo, we're just going to throw them in the same setup. Okay, we're going to beat them. But it's okay if Regal want to keep taking cracks at that setup early on to see how can they break it. This is a learning process at the same time. And everybody, we're seeing the mistakes. We're going to be correcting mistakes. We're pointing them out. This is going to be an entertaining stream and an educational one at the same time. So I'm happy if they want to take a crack at it again, you know? But when you got Krim with 16 kills, and he is just holding off strong, and 10 downs on Phelpsy as well, they're just insane. They're locking it down. But I love the slow gameplay in the early rounds, right? I love seeing these classic execution pushes in, but then at the same time, when you guys are practicing to break these setups, and you guys are practicing pushes at home, treat it as if you are playing execution.
Yes.
Because that's technically what it is. Don't think of it as escalation. Think of it as you're playing execution and you're trying to kill all 5 members as quickly as possible, you know? And then you get a domination if you're able to do that.
But you know, Blaze, I really like the fact that they put Snipe over at maintenance. If Regal Reserve did have a strong point, it was over at this B hill. So I want to see Shadows really make a move. But it's going to be...
no, keep going.
I'm going to say it's going to be pretty hard when you have the likes of Craze and Marsh there. Because if you lose that fight, I mean, hey, you're going to put the sniper in, you know, the hands of Marsh. You don't want that.
And also the most important thing is that this kind of stops the 2 setup for Fable, right? And this is probably one of the best ways. And if you do want to break that, you put an M-bar or snipe or something like a torque bow on that side of the map.
Yes.
You're going to force Fable to say, hey, you know what, guys? We can't do the 2-hill setup anymore because we can't be giving up free torque bows. We can't be giving up free snipers, you know?
At all.
Especially, hell, in a 4-minute round, if we was to see torque bows, 2 torque bows spawn up in a 4-minute long round like that, like we saw the other long previous rounds, 2 torque bows trying to take over those home hills in those game rooms. It's a lot of cover that you can hit to get those kills from splash damage or even just put the damage out to weaken people up. So
don't
Fable. This is I like it. If they do it, I like it because they've been locking down.
He knows he wants to do it.
Well, no, not my fault. Sorry. I would like that if Fable did it. Now,
I don't like that Regal was gonna put down the boom
no,
shot.
no, yeah, I don't like it at all either. If Regal, I thought at first Fable was putting the weapon down, but yeah, Regal putting down a boom is just bad.
I don't think that they see the strong point yet. We put a snipe down and we weren't aggressive. I mean, round 1 we saw them pretty much, you know, wipe them.
Yeah.
Over there at maintenance. So I really want to see Regal find what works for him. And you speak a lot about that. When you have players on your team that excel at an area, you have to abuse that.
Yeah.
Against a team like Fable.
If I was Regal, I actually would have probably went for the dual spawns down low. I would have went for the dual spawns over there towards that B site.
Yeah.
Maybe you put a Boltok there. Because if you do find yourself in the same 2-cap situation, you got snipers, you got Boltoks, but also you're not giving Fable incidents to work with if they just kind of get you in this setup that you have not been able to break.
And here we go, Shadows with the double kill on Crazy Marsh. He's able to pick up the sniper rifle. Shadows, a beast with the shotgun. Can he make plays with the scope? We're gonna find that out soon. But look at C Hill captured and B Hill also being captured by Regal Reserve. Listen, these guys are gonna have the lead for the first time since map 1.
Yeah, they are. Well, hold up. Here we go. Can they get in? Can they hold off this Fable assault?
I
Yes,
like that. There we go.
3-2. All right. So that's good. That's good for them. And so I was saying before. Now, like, see, this is a constant chess match, right? So at the end of rounds, I'm seeing the next play, and I do agree with the instance placement because if Fable was to lose a round, exactly, they were going to be looking towards this side of the map, right?
Yep.
Which they had the dominance on. So Fable, we've seen them before put that boom shot on deck. So by Regal actually blocking off that deck spawn, that was good because in their minds they're saying, hey, you know what? We're going to be winning these next few rounds. And if we do win this round, what is Fable going to do? It's okay to think a round or two ahead, folks. You say,
that's fine.
You say, hey, in your weapon selection, if we win this round, what is our opponents going to do?
Right.
And then you can think your
I'm going to assume every time Fable's going to put down a fat power weapon because
like
that's just their bread and butter. Exactly. Like they should. So with the smoke grenade over at maintenance deck, we're going to see, ooh, Dissix. Here we go. Lancer Fire coming out, down Dissix. Fable making a push to clean up the kill. We're going to see a 2v1. Dragon and Shadows pushing Marsh, but no. Dragon took too long. He was taken out. Shadows able to take out Marsh, but he was also taken out by Craze. 5 down for Regal. Fable, this is their play with the sniper rifle in Craze's hands. Let's see how they come up from here.
Yep, they had 3 people. They had enough people alive. Imagine. Yeah, they had enough people alive to pull that domination out on this round.
That was, you know what, I didn't like Dissix's push.
I didn't either.
Once he did that, I was like, okay, that's a 3v2. But what about people in the middle? Like the Lancer Fire is bound to come. People are keeping track.
We're talking about the push that he made on platform, right?
Yes.
For a snipe. The reason why I didn't like it is because I felt like after he was super red and he had a teammate behind, at that point I'm making a bounce to the left with my pistol or my Lancer, and I'm peppering that guy up and I let my teammate go in with full health. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm
regaining health, keeping his health down, and I'm letting my teammate go in there with full health and finish it off.
All right, you make a good coach.
You guys know, when you lead in attacks like that, it's okay, especially like when you know you have a man advantage.
Yes.
You don't have to keep getting closer and closer to your opponent. You just got to keep putting damage in on them as long as you can, you know?
All right.
Let your teammate go in there before.
I like this confidence, but man, that was just terrible. That fell right into Fable's hands. We saw a 2-man push over here at the E hill for Regal Reserve, and Fable, you know, with the Lancers out, they backed up. They didn't force a shotgun fight at all. They didn't need to. They called out numbers, and they knew where everybody was on the map. I see what Regal's trying to do, but it's just the execution and the timing of it. So we're gonna see Marsh take out both Dragons and Shadows here on the platform, and Swift trying to make a play as the teammates are coming back to life, but with the 2-4 lead for Fable. I mean, this doesn't look good for Regal. I see the pushes they're trying to make. The Lancer Fire, the teamwork on Fable's end is just way too strong.
Yeah, and you know, and it's one of their strengths. But Swift, he's gonna be able to pick up a kill. 2 members down. Here comes some more Fable members trying to, you know, help them out, get the members up. But Fable, they get the clean up on that one. And folks, it is halftime, so those fire weapons are taken off the map. and we do have our new set of heals. It was looking like in round number 1 would be in 10-second respawns. The domination was close to coming through, but Regal, they find themselves an escape route.
There you go. The points, you know, it's in reasonable range. You're down 72 to 120, but at this point, you're going to have to cap a hill. You're going to have to cap a hill. You got to go for another hill and hold on to it. If you let it go too late, you're going to have to force a domination. That's the scenario you don't want to see yourself in. Exus with the chunk. Dragons, another kill. 2 straight kills for Regal Reserve as Fable breaks it as Marsh kills Exus. So Fable playing pretty slow. Regal Reserve has to pick up their pace.
Shadows, man. So much affirmation in which he's just getting, at least for me.
I like,
you know, in this map, you know, I like those quick back A's he do. He do them so quick where he doesn't kind of come off cover a lot,
right? Which
is good because, you know, when you come off cover, you're exposing yourself to be shot, right? He comes off so quickly and hits the back A. He gets back into that cover. It's just a nice play shot. It's a nice shot in general. But all right, so Fable looking to get control of top rock so they can get up here and try to secure this neutral hill at E. So here comes the players from Regal getting aggressive, but that's going to be Dysix, and he's going to fall now. Can they get Swift? They're trying to. He dodges and he goes down. So top rock control for Fable. So they should be able to get the 2-cap, and they already have the lead.
No, what I like about Fable, they really don't need a 2-cap to win. It's mathematically impossible for Regal to come back with the 2-hill lead. But Fable, with the lead, they're playing to win. They're going for more hills. They're hungry. You know, they want more. They keep pushing. I love the effort that they put in. You know, round in and round out.
Yeah, they didn't need the trip cap, but they still play like you need the trip cap, even when you don't. And that's just signs of a good team. Why? Because you always want to beat your opponent as badly as you can.
I feel bad because before the map started, I said, okay, round 1 is going to be a slaughter. I mean, map 1 is going to be a slaughter. You know, Fable's going to come out on top. But now, you know, I've seen what Regal Reserve can do.
Hold on. So Krim has, what, 21 kills? Yeah, 21 kills, 14 downs, and 81 seconds dead throughout 7 rounds.
That's insane.
And we don't know how many of those are 20-second respawn rounds. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the caps, and then you got the breaks, and then you just got all the sauce. It's just,
He's getting loose right now.
He is. Yeah, you know, and it's always nice when you have players like that on your team who are just so consistent.
The best pickup this season too.
Him and Marsh. Him and Marsh. Best pickup in the offseason. Yep. Nobody.
Exactly. Here we go with Regal Reserve being aggressive. Swift tried to make a move, but no, he was hit with Lancer fire. He backs up, but in a 2v1, Swift and teammate were able to take out Krim. So now, with Lancer fire out, they were able to take out another member on the Fable roster with 2 players down. Regal, they're tied up in terms of players alive. Swift with his Lancer out again, full red. Man, it's going to work with the Lancer right now. But with that 2v2 win, I want to see Regal Reserve actually be more aggressive, take advantage of the time dead from the Fable members, and get more map control. Come up, you got to make a statement.
But I got a question for you. Okay, I got a question for you guys out there in chat too, right? So when you said like what some of the best pickups, I was thinking of other teams who kind of like made those off-season pickups, right? Of like 2 players. So who will win this 2v2? Would it be Krim and Marsh or Ribs and Identis?
Crimson Marsh. Are you serious? Is that a serious question?
Crimson Marsh or Ribs versus Identis? You say Crim Marsh?
Crim Marsh. Easily. Marsh is so underrated, man. It makes me sick. Like, there's a lot of talk about, Felsi, Craze, and Hydro, but Marsh does everything. Put a snipe in his hands, put a shotgun, a lancer, a pistol. He does it all. Identims and Ribs, I mean, they're phenomenal.
They did beat them 3 times the last event.
I mean, that's the team game.
That's
a 5v5.
You're right.
All
right, yeah.
But Krim and Marsh, man, they're phenomenal to me. The best 2-player pickup, the best pickups period in Gears 4 Season 2.
And they're an actual duo too. Like they're an actual duo.
Like, they played with each other for a long time. So I really like what this team is becoming because Fable is getting better and better every time we see them.
They really are. And you know what? I'm so excited to see them in NOLA, you guys. And if you guys have not got your tickets, I'm telling you. And if you have not already felt the vibe that this is going to be an event that you don't want to miss.
Blaze, so I'm going to tell you guys something. Your boy Belly been on a diet plan. I lost 6 pounds, right? I'm going to tell you now, when I go to NOLA, I'm getting it all back. Oh, it's a wrap. But, I mean, I'm excited, man. Halo's going to be under the same roof. Gears of War with the new rosters. I really want to see what happens. I want to see if Fable can take it to the next level as well.
Yeah. You know what? The rosters and everything, that's just what we kind of all looking forward to. I believe, and I honestly believe that no lose is anybody's game, and there's no clear-cut team on who I'm just like, oh, they're going to win it. You know, last season, several events where I'm like, yeah, Optic's winning it. It's no
Optic
question.
against
yeah,
Echo.
Optic winning it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had those moments all last season, but this season is the first time in a long time where I'm, like, confused on who may win the event.
It is juicy right now. It is definitely built for drama. I love it. Gears of War 4 is in the best place it's ever been, in my opinion.
Oh, this is Fable lost a man in this process, and so Regal's trying to take advantage, but they can't. He's gonna decap. Fable just needed one heal. Slaying a man down. Fable needed one heal, Bell. And they're trying to fight for this heal. It's a heal they can't lose, and they send somebody to overextend. Regal knows that they need to get this round.
Hydro and Marsh
with a man down,
cleaning up the whole opposing team. Like I said before, Marsh is an animal.
Yeah.
If they're gonna win this next round, 45, are they gonna continue playing?
I feel like Fable's the type of team where they're gonna be like, yeah, let's just keep playing.
I mean, no, it's even now.
I think it's gonna be the end of a round. I think we'll get these players to after this weapon placement. We'll see if the guy joins in by the end. And I'm actually mad at Regal didn't like. I'm mad at Regal didn't wait the whole 30 seconds. All right, I am mad about that. But they're probably just gonna stay in spawn until this player gets in. Let's see.
If I'm Regal, listen. From what I've seen so far, you guys need to fly.
Yeah.
You guys need to fly. We need to see it. But
all right.
So 6-2 in favor of Fable. What is there to say about this team? Because they're coming out swinging and they're having fun.
Yeah.
They're having fun and winning. They're dominating.
And that's the beauty about them. They are out here having fun. They are dominating. But Fable, they found. I feel like Fable. Over the last few months, they found their identity, right? Yeah. And when a team finds their identity, it's hard to beat a team like that. Why? Because they know what they're doing in every situation. They know what all the teammates are on the same page, okay? They have this telepathic link. They have this synergy, this chemistry, where it's just like, yo, we know what the play is. We've been in this situation. We was in this situation 2 months ago. We got out of it. You know, we did X, Y, and Z. We know what moves need to be made. We know who needs to make the play. It's when you find your identity, a lot of these difficult situations that you may find yourself in are easy to you. You know what it's easy to you in a team.
I'm gonna say it now. It's mentality. When I first saw what Fable was capable of, it was in Mexico. They lost against Optic Gaming. It was a really close game. They were the first team to almost beat Optic Gaming. But as they were walking out, the crowd was cheering them on, and they were smiling. I said, "Why are you smiling? Like you lost. What's wrong?" And they were just confident. They knew what they were capable of, and from that point on, I mean, I loved it.
And this was the theory last season, right?
Right.
Any team who had beat Optic Gaming became a top team. No, actually, I take that back. It was any team who had took a map off of Optic Gaming.
It was so hard season 1.
Yeah, it was a team up until the last event. It was a team. Any team who had taken a map off of Optic Gaming had ended up being at the top, and they had ended up being dominant, right?
You're right.
And this was everyone who did it. They stayed in the top 4, top 5, right?
You're right.
They stayed there. All those players did. You got to ask yourself, well, why did that happen, right? And a lot of competitors know when there's certain people and certain teams out there you beat, you get a confidence about yourself, right? You don't fear those players no more. Whenever you see them on your side of the bracket, you like,
all right,
we could beat them, right? And then there's other teams that you see on your side of the bracket, and you're just like, okay, it's gonna be a good game. You're not as confident in those situations.
Yeah.
So before then, it was Echo, it was that E-United roster, okay, and it was Ghost Gaming.
Yes.
Those were the only ones, and they stayed at the top 4 with Optic. All right. Then when Fable did it in Mexico, Fable was like, we did it too. Now we're gonna stay here. It became a 5-team roster, right?
Yes.
And so now the next team that did it was Ronin, right?
Oh.
And Ronin didn't do it last year because when Ronin had played them last year, they got 2-0 in those finals, right?
Yeah.
And then they had these 12th placings all the way up until they just got this recent place.
They didn't place as well.
So this Ronin team is the real deal too.
I have a question.
On those 6 teams, you guys, and that's actually that's my top 6 for the next event, regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So,
I don't disagree with you, but I have a question. Fable, didn't they almost not make it out a full play? You remember, were they the ones in a tie situation?
Yeah, that was
going
Mexico,
against Optic Gaming. They've been better ever since.
Yeah. Bro,
What the hell
it's an
was
Optic
it?
Gaming effect, man.
I want to go against Optic.
No team that has ever won a map off of Optic Gaming has
slacked out.
Yeah, has slacked afterwards.
Right.
Okay, I have not seen a team that has won a map and has been trash after.
I mean, Motivate
Gaming,
Gaming,
it doesn't happen.
they don't exist anymore. But those players, I mean, they're in the next Fight Night match. So, I mean, those players definitely excel.
Where did Motivate take a map off of?
They took Lift. The very first team to take Lift off of.
Was that Mexico?
That was the last event. Golden Boy was supposed to get a pie to the face. Because
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I remember that whole situation, but they broke up. So
exactly.
My statement. They broke up.
Right, so Regal picks up a round. It seems like it's been a while. Here it goes. I mean, for a comeback, listen, as a team, you have to keep, confidence high. You have to keep your players motivated. Take it one round at a time. Don't worry about a comeback at this moment. You just won a round. Look at what helped you win that round and keep going from there. Because we've seen great things from this Regal roster. The question is, it's not even a question. It's going to be, when is Fable going to close this out?
Exactly. When's going to happen? I don't see Fable blowing a 6-2 lead, folks. It's just not in my head. I just don't see it happening.
They're not the type of team.
They got 4 rounds to do it in. Even them losing a round, they got a weapon placement. I didn't see what the weapon placement was, but they got a weapon placement to put down.
Marsh, that was nasty. Marsh runs up completely in a 1v2 and gets the one shot. That was disgusting. That's what makes Fable so good. Their confidence is sky high. These guys will push every fight that they believe they can win, and most of the time they do win them. So here we are, Regal Dragons waiting for a respawn. Phelpsy just spawned out, so it's 5-4 in favor of Fable.
So Fable is more stacked on the maintenance side. Now here they go. Here are the players. They're gonna be in the stores. They're gonna be there fighting for E. They got their home hill. So now set up. We'll see if Exudes can connect with one of these M-bar shots. There's a lot of smoke. The smoke is there, so these Fable players can get up top and cause some commotion. He was able to put a shot in to help Dysix out to win his 1v2 on top rock. Got a little bit of damage in on Marsh for the cleanup kill to come through, and that's going to be 3 members down for Fable, but 4 members down for Regal in this process too as well.
Graves for red with the sniper rifle. I've seen it in his hands a few times. This guy makes heads pop. Here it goes, misses first shot on Swift. He sees Hydrone in the 1v2 situation. Hydrone desperately needs help as he runs away to his 2 teammates. Now we're going to look at a 3v3 scenario where Hydrone gets taken out. So now it's a 2v3. Craze. Ooh, with the headshot on Exude. Here we go, Craze. Another teammate coming in for another 3v3. Dragons takes out Phelpsy. And here it goes, it slows down just a little bit. These guys, they're in a huge fight, but they had to, regroup, get their numbers up. And here goes the push. Dragons making a push. His teammates died by the hands of Crimson Craze, but he takes out Grim. Sniper rifle picked up by Marsh on the other side of the map as well. So, I mean, a bit sloppy gameplay here, but Fable with the sniper rifle in the hands of Marsh, this is all on them.
This is on them. You see the 40-point lead that they got. They're trying to get control over the neutral. They're working to get in position. Looks like they do have control of top rock as well. Marsh knows that he does not have to be that far on maintenance. If anything, he was just there for angles and also to protect his home hill as well. And now he's put himself in a spot. He told his teammates, switch spots with me and watch my back, so he can just roam a little bit more freely. And now more shots coming in. He's taking some damage here from mid-map. That was actually shots coming in from control room to his back. And that was Shadows, once again, trying to help his teammate off the other end and take that pressure off him so he wasn't stuck in the 1v2.
Right, we see Regal just on the defense right now as Fable. They just keep pushing left and right for this E-hill. Hydrone capping the hill at this very moment. They only need 20 points to win at this moment. Regal, they're going to have to go for triple cap wins.
Yeah, they're going to have to. And right now, Fable isn't getting any points. Very possible. Phelpsy needed to win that against Swift, but Swift goes big. Now Krim, he got it down and he needed. Now it's gonna. They need to cap this as soon as possible. But with a 2 cap, they need to decap as well. Now he knows that he needs to fight this to get this guy off his heel. He cannot allow that guy to decap. Yep. So that means no points.
Are they really gonna win this round?
Yeah,
there's no way, no shot. Regal Reserve pulled up from behind. They weren't able to get the triple cap, but they made sure Fable had no hills as they rolled the points up to their 4th win this map. So 4-6. I mean, it looks like a game now. We see a bit of it's pretty hectic in some of these team fights. They're unorthodox, but I mean, Regal Reserve, they're able to just come back. You know, they're not winning consistently in these fights, but they keep pushing. Their determination is pushing them to win these rounds, and now we're almost looking at a tie game.
All right, let's see. In this one, you know, Krim is about to end up dropping 20 downs in this one. You got 17 for Hydro, you got 17 for Marsh as well. And Krim, he's still just that guy in this match, being that anchor, being that rock for the team. Both home hills capped up. Gonna have two players quickly pushing over there towards platform. Now you got a 2v2 situation here for the neutral hill. Now I see in the pregame, Fable, they get very, very aggressive on this side, and the aggressors has been Regal. They're just hawking down Krim. They got tabs on them, but they need more personnel.
Zeus left his teammate in a 1v1.
Krim's teammate left him too. Like as they were getting pushed, Krim's teammate left him, or it was either that or Zeus just pushed him in the back and isolated that guy first. But in that fight, Regal wins it.
Yeah, Regal started off extremely hot off of that initial with the first blood going to them. Fable down 0-13. Capping the hills are not a focus at this point. It's map controls, getting kills. Oh, shooting a dead body is Felsi. Takes out Shadows in a 1v1. But at this point, it's more about map control, you know, setting up for the domination. Spawns are pretty long, so this turns kind of into an execution at times.
It really does, and you know, I like that. Any of these escalation maps well, any of these maps that turn into execution, any of our competitive escalation maps that get to that point because of slow gameplay, I love that, man. I love it, I love it, I love it. The one match that was a staple for me was the United versus Optic in London. That one was one of the best examples I've ever seen of how this game can kind of turn into execution in the late game, later rounds.
I just had to flashback to the last round with Icy and Spencer did.
That was gorgeous.
I missed that, team. All right, here we go. 62-10. Domination coming through for Fable. Regal, even though they are up in points, they are losing in terms of hills. 2 hills going to Fable. The third hill, Regal is now capping up, which is the F hill. So now Shadows, Chunks, Felpsy. We have a team of 3 looking to capture the E hill. Regal Reserve taking it slow, looking for the right push. They see one person, which is Marsh up top. They're going to push it 2v1. No, they're going to leave it as 1v1. D6. Here it goes, a 2v1 fight. Missing shots. Damn, Marsh finally taken down. I like what Regal's doing right now. They're pushing together as a team throughout the entirety of the map.
They are.
They're trying to use their numbers to their advantage. It's really solid gameplay.
And even a round in which Fable had somebody lag out, they won that round, right? They won that round. Yeah. So Regal has not had any advantage in this match. You know what I'm saying? Besides a what, 1 minute, 2 minute delay while that player kind of joined the game, that was it. So you know, I don't want to discredit this comeback by somebody saying, "Oh man, it's because that guy left out the game." Fable,
no, not at all.
Fable still won that round 4v5, and they clutched up on that round. If anything, that round did more harm to Regal.
I mean, they're not pretty wins by any means necessary. I mean, Regal, they're really fighting for these points. It's crazy. Gets a beautiful headshot on a rolling Shadows, but here we go. Fable members getting down by Lancer Fire. Strong Lancer Fire on the side of Regal Reserve, but they pushed in to clean it up, but no, they were unable to be successful as Zeus and Dragons were taking up a Hydron. Domination's coming through. Fable wins map 1.
Hey, there you go. Fable coming out on top in that one. And they take this map 1 and left, and it's like difficulty number 1 in escalation. When it comes down to rotations, setups, rotations for heal, this is the easiest escalation map that I personally feel like that anybody can play. So I'm a bink that Regal, that they're nasty on this map. This is going to be one of their better maps. A map like Lift,
I'm going to bet
it's a little bit more difficult.
I actually thought Regal had a better chance on Lift, to be honest. But hey, on this map, we saw which team had better team fire.
The reason why I feel like Fable's a better Lift team, hands down. I feel like Fable's a better Lift team. I feel like when it comes, but I feel like this Foundation could be Regal's best map.
Yeah, so we're going to see, we're going to kick things off right here, round 1 on Foundation. We're going to see an initial push with Smoke Nades and Lancer Fire, and also a huge fight at the Pistons. The Shadows with the first blood, taking out March. 2 players taken out by Fable. Dragon, Swift, and Shadows all down. 4 down now for Regal Reserve. Fable trying to make the move crazed with the stylish kill. Takes out Distance, and the B hill is his.
I would have liked for him to, let me see overhead.
That was an intense submission.
Okay,
like
cool,
that.
cool. I wanted to see how many players was in position to strike the home hill, but you see, that's the quick rotation, right? They put the 2 guys that found him, they're holding off that push, right? They're forcing people through mid-map, but they forced all these guys across top tables. That push should have been known, and it was coming 6 years ago. It's only 2 people fighting for, right? You see Hydro, and I see he got some Lancer shots in trying to support the team, but I wonder how many players could have got to those stairs that you see on the right-hand side of your screen a little bit quicker to assist the team. And if not that, push through mid-map and take your opponents home and pinch them.
You know what, Blaze? Regal Reserve, they're just feeling themselves right now. I thought they had a great push to get the A hill. They did extremely well. They won it. But then once they won the A hill, what did they do? They all branched out and fought individual 1v1. That's not what you want to do against
they start chasing kills and spawn too.
Yes, like why? Why do that? You're up.
Once you get your player's body on that hill, there's really no reason for you to extend outward.
Right. Have one player on the slab with a Lancer out, another player behind him with the Lancer out, and hold that. Rotate the other player around and capture the other hills. You don't need to go for those hills.
Especially after you pick up kills and you see your opponent's dying in the kill feeds, you can't be fighting your opponent's spawn on a 10-second respawn round.
I'm not pushing Fable in the spawn. I'm telling you that.
No.
Like, come on,
with spawn shield, you could have beat, you know?
And now look, the tables are now turning. Fable making a move. They have 2 hills to win now. 2 players dead for Regal Reserve. I mean, Fable, this is a team you don't want to slip up on. Once you have an advantage, you push. I'm sorry, that just upset me.
Hydron got caught up in that roadie run. And Hydron, doesn't get caught up in that roadie run and dies, then maybe that Fable can actually get the kills that they need to put full pressure on Regal's home hill. But Fable has been keeping them over to this side of the map, right?
Yeah.
They've been keeping them exactly where they want them. Regal has just been stuck with home hill pushes left and right. And it's only been working for him so much.
I think Regal actually refuses to go for mid hill. Because, I mean, off the bat, you see them wait for their teammates and they go strictly for that A.
Honestly, I think it's just as simple as these guys sending somebody mid-map. I think that when these players are spawning up, they're going out to the home hill, and they're saying, okay, well, let's go forward to my opponent's home hill. Then you have other players that spawn up and say, hey, we got to clear out our fountain. And then when, honest God truth, the play is literally you walk in the mid-map and shoot these guys in the back on your cave.
Yes. Taking a look at the points, pretty close game, but Fable's up. They were up with the 2 hill advantage, but now won at 187 or 184. Regal Reserve coming with the late push to capture all the hills. Marsh in the 1v2. He was able to take out Shadows. Is he running away? No. He tried to go for the second kill against Exus. Unable to get it, but Craze
he won it.
picks up behind him.
I'm clairvoyant. He won it. I knew it.
Craze picks up the double kill. And this is going to be enough for Fable.
And with that decap, that's it.
There you go. Okay. Woo. That was great play on both sides. I like that.
It was. I want to see... I don't know what Regal's power weapon is of choice as a heavy power weapon for these guys. But if you've been doing your homework, you got to ask yourself, what do you like playing for your heavy power weapon? Is it enclosed? Is it on pistons? I personally say nades mid-map would be a great play.
I would agree.
It's either that or you kind of go for the support weapons right away and just, either put what you want down or just block it for your opponent. Because we know how nasty, I think it's Marsh or Krim in that position who picks up that support weapon for this team. And that person is just nasty with it, right? And, rather if it's Marks, we've seen Fable put some Marks down before. Marks are Botox OP. So you put a Botox down, fountains and welding, that whole B fight is going to end up changing. But I'm completely okay with the block. Based off the state of the secondary weapons now, that's a very powerful weapon position.
I mean, it was a really close game. There's no need to put down anything drastic at the moment. As Craze comes up with the first blood. He takes out Swift. Shadows falls shortly after by Marsh. 3 straight kills for Fable. 5 team wipe. 5 straight kills for Fable. So now this is it, Blaze.
Overhead.
Yes, please go to the overhead. This is where Fable has to go around the map. They have to rotate, capture the hills, make sure they hold back. Regal Reserve long enough to get the triple cap.
Yeah.
And there we go.
And when we see wipes like that, I just like to see that overhead right away. Just because the fact is that I just want to see where the dot's moving, who's making the wrong transition, who's making the right transition, because in a 12-second respawn round, all 3 players need to be in sync, or whoever's alive need to be in sync, and branching out and capping the hills in which you need. in that 12-second window.
Craze with 12 kills in round 3. Let's see if he can pick it up. He had a nasty 1v2 down by the Pistons. This is Fable. Start off hot with that initial. Regal Reserve, they were known for being the better team at that in map 1. But here we go. Let's see who gets the first blood. Oh, Fable, Marsh. Once again, 3-4. Is it going to be another team wipe, Blaze?
Overhead.
Oh, here.
Overhead.
There
okay.
It goes. All
see,
5
now
down.
it's quick rotations. You got the one who was that statue. He goes back for home. B cap. You got 3 right on top of that home. Quick cap.
It's rough.
Huh.
And Blaze, on top of that, the boom shot is down in the middle.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do? You're going to have to really dominate that initial fight down low now because you have no choice. It's either you're going to get triple capped off of getting, 5 wiped, or, you're just going to fall victim to Fable and their boom shot.
So the one thing is the beauty about fighting for power weapons in mid-map that I personally love, because your initial setup to start is spread out enough where that you have players in positions, like the one guy who was fighting statue, he was close enough on that statue spot where I can get even home hill that my team needs me to get, right? Compared to that, if the fight's grouped up on B, to have the team fight come off of B and try to rotate all the way back to the home hills, then it's just a longer route. So if you're fighting for a big power weapon and close, you have a better opportunity at getting early dominations if you are able to get a good team.
As we're on board with Swift, we saw on full red from the initial lance, and the boom shot was picked up by Dragons. Regal picks up 2-3 straight kills, 4 players down for Fable. This is Regal Reserve's chance to make a comeback. The boom shot is in the hands of Dragons.
All right. So we got heal, off spawn to heal.
All right.
Oh yeah, this is Dom.
There we go. Domination, boom shot sitting on the hill. Dragons with the reload. Oh. He's waiting. Yes, picks up another kill with Phelps. No, crazy.
Oh, he got out though. The nade.
Oh.
That should do it. One more slid in. They need to fight it quick. Don't let them decap.
Can't lose it.
All right, but they got control, and they brought enough time with those nades, those boom shots to get the rest of the team in position. They knew where all members of Fable were. They knew that they were in a spawn. It was just a matter of time. In Regal, they get their first round on the board.
Yes, Hydron was unable to save his team from that domination. So Regal Reserve looking all right. They didn't get the clean wipe from the initial fight, but they were able to pick up the boom shot and capitalize on it. And once they did that, they played it smart. They put the boom shot on the hill, saying, hey, if you want to come and break it, like, you're going to have to go through me first. And I like that. I want to see more of that from Regal Reserve.
So no matter what power, so with a boom shot being mid-map, no matter what power weapon is on Pistons, that's a 1v1 fight, right?
I like
that. Any team that sends 2 people to go get that torque bow, it should be a free boom for the opposing team.
Easily.
If Fable's sitting 2 to go get that torque bow, Regal should have a free boom. All right, that guy should just be able to stay alive, and just all you got to really do is kind of down that torque bow one time if you need to. Throw a well-placed smoke, just be annoying in that area.
Zeus running away, but no, he finds Grim, finds himself in a 2v3 scenario. Shadows, even the odds for the kill on Craze, but Marsh takes out Swift.
Don't embarrass Zeus like this on
Fightnight. 1v1 for the
Marsh,
boom shot. Here, Marsh picks up the boom shot. 3 down for Regal Reserve, 3 down for Fable as
he said,
well.
where you going? Not today, player.
With some smart play, Marsh is able to take out this 6. 1 boom shot left.
Yeah, Dysix, man. He was one of the players we talked about beforehand as we want to see as one of the stars coming into this game for the Regal Reserve unit. And I just feel like Regal Reserve as a whole has just been doing their best.
No, they have.
Yeah, I feel like they have been doing their best.
But you know what the thing about Regal Reserve is? Okay, they're losing. They got smacked map 1 until their comeback. But you look at this team, it's not like they're terrible at all. They play extremely well. They have an advantage often. Sometimes they let it slip from their fingers, but this team, they can improve. And I want to see them stick together and actually get better and challenge Fable in the future.
So Regal, they're like, step 2, right? You've been on Fightnight 2 fight nights in a row. Okay, you've been doing great in the 2Ks.
Yeah.
You've been in open bracket, you've been playing on land, right? And now you find yourself in a situation playing a top 3 team in the game, right?
Yeah.
And you get to play them regularly too. That's a beauty, right? This is why the EU region has just been growing as a whole, because Fable, after Fable started cracking down, the whole region started cracking down.
Yeah.
And been trying to get better. So this team has all the pieces. They just need more reps and effective practice and just, you know, an
have a
effective
LAN
game
coming up.
plan, yo. And they got the LAN coming up too. So
I believe it's in London. I'm actually extremely excited to watch that. We're gonna have Toby cast. Shout out to Toby. Shout out to all the EU casters out there.
I think we got Toby. I think Drew, the homie Tun.
Yeah.
My homie Tun is gonna be there as well. And
just one more.
It starts with a D.
Listen, man, we love you. We forgot your name though. We're blanking out.
Oh,
but
man.
I mean, no. But that's beautiful though, because the skill gap in Gears 4 is closing down on these top teams now. And when you have a big land like that, $20,000 by the way, $20,000. That's your chance to really pick it up. It gets to a point where there's no more excuses in terms of practicing and whatnot. If you're Regal Reserve, Supremacy, or these other teams below Fable, it's your time to show out. Let the whole community know that your name is on the map.
Exactly, and any of the European players that's going to London and then going to NOLA, you need to figure out
that's great practice.
Yeah, but you need to figure out how can I make the best out of London for my team, right? What type of play style do I want to go into London that I want to bring to NOLA? If you're a passive team and you want to be super aggressive and have a lot of confidence, when you're playing in London, it needs to be go, go, go. Fast, fast, fast. Rotation, rotation, super quick, right? That's where you get your first practice at.
Get your feet wet.
Bro, right? That's where you change whatever. That's where you need, all these European teams that's going to NOLA need to make sure they find their identity, find what makes them unique, find what makes them them in London, so that when they go to NOLA and they come across the pond, they're already a few steps ahead of some of the teams in which they got to play.
I don't want to hear excuses. Listen, if you have a major land to practice and to play at before NOLA, I mean, I'm going to expect you to be amazing. I'm going to expect Supremacy to show out.
Also, if I'm these European teams, I'm playing all day, every day. From the time that they set up the stations, the obstacle, okay?
Yeah.
So you need to, keep them in, show respect. Respect is one thing.
But keep them in check, man.
Yeah, you gotta keep them in check for your unit, right? Most importantly, instead of putting them on a pedestal, ask yourself, how can you put your support player on a pedestal? How can I put my IGL on a pedestal, right? How can I put my main Slayer on a pedestal? You do that first. Make sure your team feels bigger than life.
I like this. This is sexy. That's what I'm talking about. Regal Reserve, 4 straight kills. They're going for the domination. Phelps, he loses the 1v1. These guys are winning every fight so far this round. This is what I like to see. This is a Regal Reserve we need to see. Confident, strong, and fast. Okay? Like I said earlier, you don't play not to lose. You play to win. And Regal Reserve, they have to play to their strength, which is aggressive gameplay. Because off of initial, I mean, they can bang with the best. They can bang with the best. We just want to see more of it, okay? You see yourself in a 2v1, don't overthink it. You push it. Push that advantage, So, I mean, hey, I got kind of
So this is another thing in which that just shows you how big a boom shot can be on a map like this, right?
On every map.
On every map, right? If your team wins the initials in these higher respawn rounds, like his execution, you can fight it like his execution. Regal comes out and makes them like child's play against Fable, right? It works like that against any team in this game, you guys. Weapons is so important across the board. But folks, we are in halftime.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Regal Reserve, Ultra Instinct wore out because Fable got 2-3 kills off of initial. Marsh unable to win the 1v1 against Swift, and Regal Reserve, they will regroup and try to push back for map control.
All right, let's see. You got Grim. He's been playing lights out this whole day, and I've loved every second of watching him and just watching his stat line. Dragons, he's gonna have some help. You got a Hydro trying to control the situation. Gets the call out, throws a brick. The Lancer coming off top table. That's gonna be for praise. They're trying to pinch him, but Hydro goes down. Now on the second half, for you new viewers out there, we see a lot of teams instead of going for a traditional 2-cap setup. Your home hill and the neutral hill, which is that E hill, you just see teams kind of go for the hills that's the closest. And in this situation, it's kind of both home hills, which are the closest. And a little bit better to secure based off the geography of the locations of the map where, where the boxes is set up. It's just going to be easier to lock those locations down a lot more. So,
I don't know if you noticed, Blaze, but rather than always going, for the middle hill and whatnot, we're just getting, middle map control. Regal Reserve, and they make these pushes out of spawn. They push as a unit to the farthest side of the map. They want to open up the map as much as possible, but Fable Craze letting Exus know I'm daddy, gives them a little hump. 4 down for Regal Reserve. Shadows left alive with Crim in his sights. I say, push it. But
push it, right?
domination is coming through for Fable as Crim takes out Shadows. So here we go. 5 rounds for Fable, 2 for Regal Reserve.
Fable. They're just 2 rounds away from closing this one out in a 2-0 fashion. This was almost looking like the scoreline ahead of map number 1. It was 6-2.
They put their foot on the gas.
Yeah, they really did. But this is a good one for Regal, because when Regal goes back and rewatches this one, they're gonna look and say, hey, what could we have did better? What could we have learned in this one? Where was our mistakes in this matchup? And that's good, because we want as many teams in the European region to be a top 8 global caliber.
Yeah. All right, drop the boom shot. You want to, Dragon.
They're aiming over there towards Pistons to put the snipe down, which it's okay. But at the end of it all,
you're not gonna get that weapon unless you win the initial as a team.
Yeah.
So you might as well just put something big there.
Fable doesn't care what they put down, to be honest, because as soon as Fable has a round, they're putting the boom down. They're putting something drastic, like
they're gonna go for the kill.
Yeah, they're gonna put it down with whatever the hell they need to get down on this map.
All right, so 2v2 over at the Pistons area. One player on Fable's side runs to the middle as Hydro takes out Shadows before he was taken out by Exus. We're gonna see some smoke nades and a 2v2 push from Marsh. And Craig's able to take out 2 players from Regal Reserve. Now 3 players in this huge team fight. Exus all alone, and there we go. 5 players down for Regal Reserve off of the initial.
Yeah.
So this is up to them to go ahead and try.
This is whoever wins this fight. Fable wins it, they win a round.
So Regal trying to protect their hill in the big team fight. 3 straight kills for Fable.
There's the last 2.
This is it. Woo. The man has a sniper rifle.
Why not, right? You headshot through smoke.
Oh!
Oh!
No. That was stealthy.
That was
stealthy. I thought he hit it. 1 round away from Fable. Oh, man.
So 6-2 for them. And 1 more on the board. Now, Regal may have to say, okay, well, what do we want to put down now? They either need to go for the support spawns or middle map.
Yeah.
One of the 2. Support to middle map. It's too late in the game for you to block it. Really didn't do much early on. Just get something early.
I say shift the fight, man. Shift the fight. They know they want to. I wouldn't be mad if they put anything in their statue.
I wouldn't be mad either, but it's just you gotta ask yourself which rounds did you win, and they won the boom fight, a few of them. Boom fight through those dominations was the rounds that they won, so they're gonna try to replicate that fight once again and get that advantage for them, and try to work with what worked so far in this matchup.
All right, here we go. Fable 1 round away from winning this series matchup. So here we go with the boom shot put down in the middle. Swift for red off of the initial Lancer. Oh, here we go. Craze with the first blood against Exus. Felsi takes out Dragons. 2 down for Regal. 2 down for Fable. Here we go. Bloodbath all around. Swift. He's able to get the boom shot. He's able to get the boom shot. There we go. They won the 2v1. He gets the boom shot. This can be Regal's round to win.
It can be. So both of these guys need to lock down a home hill together. He got a shotty back. His teammate tried to get through and get that up fade, but Shadows was not able to do it. Now Swift, honestly, I wouldn't even have shot that boom. I would have kept. I literally would have just started running back to my teammate with 2 booms in my chamber.
Yeah. And
I would have reset.
That's or at least used to break a hill.
Or used to get you some more booms.
Exactly. You gotta think ahead.
All right, so let's see. I want to see how Regal setup is going to be. What's going to be the rotations? What are they going to prioritize? They got the 1v1 across map.
I wanna see
you win that 1v1, you get a domination.
Who's that? Marsh again.
Marsh wasn't having it. Hydro
with the Y button.
Would have thought.
There we go.
Hydro was doubling back super aggressively too. Just like, hold up, just in case he loses this one. We need somebody else in position to kind of stop this.
Right, Hydro. In a 1v2 situation, still alive. I have no idea why. He breaks Shadows with 1-shot Shadows. Healing slowly. The one excuse me, 2v1 is now in a 2v2. Crim takes out Shadows. And this is all. This is over, Blaze.
It ain't over just yet.
And if they play this right now, so with that huge team fight, if they make the transition over to the F hill, I mean, numbers are in their favor. Look at this.
Oh, I love Fable. They're gonna push over soon, but folks, that new boom is gonna be up in about 30 seconds. So, Fable, this is certain reasons and why they lost a lot against Ghost, right? They wasn't tracking weapon respawns.
Right.
They were tracking them, but they wasn't tracking them effectively. And any player, you know, can only track it to a T. Reason why, as soon as that weapon gets picked up, you just gotta hit that back button. And I guess it's kind of simple, but when you're on the main stage and the lights are on and the pressure's there, like trying to just keep that consistently tracked throughout the whole map, very few teams have a 100% success rate without a coach of tracking those things.
And you know, you go against Ghost Gaming 3 times, you're playing matches back to back. There's a type of mental exhaustion that occurs.